Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Morning,
Hi,
Barbie.
Barbie.
Good morning, Bobby.
Who invited her? Before I even watched Barbie, I had a lot of high hopes for the movie, especially since critics were saying that it was good and advanced viewing audiences were giving the movie such positive reviews. So needless to say, I had high expectations going into it, and they were met for the most part. Barbie is everything I wanted it to be, incredibly charming with its visuals and cast performances. It's bright, it's silly, and ironically, its choice to use a practical set to depict an incredibly fake-looking and plastic Barbie land was so refreshing and beautiful to look at, especially in the context of nowadays most big blockbusters opting to use green screen sets and CGI environments. The fake plastic land for toys felt more real and lived in than a lot of other locations we've seen in recent blockbuster attempts. Hey, who would have thought that, building practical sets would be a good idea? Who would have thought? Such a wild. The production is so rich and vibrant, and it makes you want to go back to being a child and playing with your toys and your unrestrained imagination. I want to live in Barbie land. By far my favorite part of this movie, besides Margot Robbie's performance, which we'll talk about too, of course. But my favorite part other than that is the humor. This is exactly my type of humor, and practically all of the jokes in the movie landed for me. This silly, goofy, zany, almost slapstick humor is right up my alley, and it almost felt 30 Rocky to me, which is great because hey, that's my favorite show, 30 Rock.
Kenneth, be honest. Am I the worst person you know?
Ms. Maroney, judging is for God and his angels. So yes, you are.
It's the type of humor that Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt kinda has.
Well, that was my worst audition ever. Nope. You said this was blanks!
The type of humor that was in the Naked Gun movies or in that airplane movie. I like to call it stupid humor, because really, it's all about being stupid, and it's my favorite type of humor. I love this kind of humor. I just ate it all up. It felt that way in this movie. This Leslie Nielsen energy of just being stupid and funny and hilarious, and it was just my favorite part. It's not the same type of humor, but tonally it had a very similar tone, not type of humor, but tone of humor, as The Nanny to me. This kind of happy, bright, optimistic, campy type of humor, and I love that so much about the movie. There's this trend in television sitcoms and comedy movies recently where comedy and humor was becoming just characters talking, insulting each other, being sarcastic or passive-aggressive, being snarky and quippy with each other. This is like a trend that started in the 2010s, and you see it a lot in sitcoms like The Big Bang Theory, and nowadays in the MCU, it's that kind of quippy, sarcastic humor. It's not my favorite, but it has its place. It has its place in comedy, and I'm glad that it's here now. I just wish it wasn't the type of humor that was like permeating and everything. So I'm so glad and happy that this type of stupid humor, this goofy, unserious humor, is in this movie because this type of humor is quite rare now. I mean, the scary movies from the early 2000s weren't really critical darlings, but they had this type of humor, and I'm so glad that this type of humor is in Barbie now, too. Humor that 30 Rock, Angie Tribeca.
Yes. Good. Good.
Barb and Star go to Vista Del Mar, and now Barbie has. Issa Rae, I have to mention her. She manages to be hilarious in all her scenes to me in this movie. Even when she's not talking, she's the President Barbie, and as such, assumes that everyone is blessed to be in her presence, and I love her so much. Every time she smiles, I laugh, because she's stunningly gorgeous, mind you. Issa Rae is a stunningly gorgeous woman, but more importantly, she's so talented at being funny. Light spoilers, Issa Rae drops an F-bomb in this movie, and I just died. Not only because she said it, but because it was censored too with a Mattel logo when she said it. And that made the joke just so much funnier. You know, the joke becomes unfunny when you explain it, and I'm not trying to explain it now, but it was just, the censorship just made it so much funnier. It was stupid and funny and emblematic of why I just really love this movie. Now, Margot, Marie, Jennifer Grace, Filipina Joyce, Robbie. I have no idea how to talk about Margot fucking Robbie that would do justice to what she's done in this film. There is no correct sequence of words. In fact, words are not enough to honor the performance that she gave in this movie. She's charming. She's funny. She made me cry. She's Barbie. And I have to say, I was watching this movie with my best friend, and she's a girly girl, my best friend. She's a girl's girl. Every time Margot Robbie showed up on screen with a new look, the both of us, we would just gasp. So many times the movie would cut, especially in the opening. Cut. Margot Robbie's in a new outfit. She's stunning. She's beautiful. So many times in this movie, we just whispered to one another. Me and my best friend, we just whispered to each other variations of essentially, fuck, she's stunning. She's a great actress, talented, kills every role she's in, phenomenal. That scene in I, Tonya where she's like begging the judge to not ban her from skating.
All I know is skating. That's all I know. And I am no one if I can't skate.
It's okay.
I'm not, I mean, I'm not some monster.
Harding.
I'm trying to do the best with what I know how to,
Miss
and
Harding.
you're giving me, it's like you're giving me a life sentence if you do that. You can't do that.
Miss Harding, that's
Devastating. She's a brilliant actress, but like, damn, she's also probably one of the most aesthetically advantaged people on the planet, and I have to acknowledge it. I'm sorry. She's so beautiful. That's Mother.
Watch me.
I know this is supposedly a Barbie review, and I'm like spending a lot of time talking about how beautiful Margot Robbie is, but she's talented, she's beautiful, she's Barbie, she is the heart and center of this movie, and I think she deserves to make the most money out of it. Get the bank, queen.
You can know the truth about the universe. The high heel. You're supposed to want to know. I don't.
Shout out to Helen Mirren, and shout out to Greta Gerwig, the styling department, the costuming department, the production department, the hair and makeup people, set designers. Shout out to all of you because there was not a single miss in the aesthetic side of this movie. And again, also to Greta Gerwig for writing this movie. Now, I don't think Barbie is a perfect movie. I certainly think it had elements that kind of overstayed their welcome, and maybe a little too many ideas with not enough balance given to tackle them all. But hey, I still enjoyed it. I loved what it had to say about living and being a human, what it had to say about how both men and women cope through existence. I liked what it had to say about patriarchy and toxic masculinity, which, by the way, I have a longer video coming up talking about the themes of Barbie. This video you're watching now is just like the review, but I have another one coming up with a deeper discussion on the themes of the movie, what it has to say about human existence and discussions like that. So if you would like to see that, please subscribe because it's coming up and watch out for that. Also, while we're at it, if you're still watching and you like this video, please do actually leave a like, and it would help me out a lot. I'm a small channel. Thank you. Back to Barbie. While I liked a lot of the parts of Barbie, I'm a little meh about how it handled feminism, but I think it's just because I'm a feminist and I've been a feminist for a long time. Someone described the feminism in this movie as feeling like kind of an intro to feminism, 2014, 2016 vibes. And I agree, while I'm meh about how it treated feminism, I don't necessarily think it's bad. I mean, of course, the feminism is going to be kind of basic because in the movie, it's being explained to a doll. So yeah, it's gonna sound like an intro to feminism because in the context of the film, it quite literally is an intro to feminism being given by a real human woman to these dolls. So I'm not mad about that. I don't think it made the movie bad. Also, this movie's success is no doubt going to make sure it'll reach a lot of audiences and a lot of people. And honestly, I think I kind of live in a bubble, me and like a lot of us online. I think we live in some sort of bubble where feminism is just kind of like a duh. Of course, feminism, yeah, that's like a given for us. But for a lot of people, not only a lot of young people, but also a lot of grown-up functioning adults, a lot of them still also have no idea what feminism is or why feminism is even necessary. So yeah, I'm not mad that this movie has some sort of intro to feminism vibes because I think a lot of people who would watch it could benefit from an actual intro to feminism. I live in a third world country and Barbie became a hit here. Huge box office numbers. It's a certified hit. And I know for a fact through actual lived experience from my birth up until now that a lot of the people here just don't know what feminism is. So for a lot of people in the whole world, this could be their actual intro to feminism. So I'm cool with that, because we need more feminists. We need everyone on board. Side story, the other day I saw one of my old classmates from high school post an Instagram story that was like this reel of someone saying like, let's see the feminists apply to the jobs in the oil rigs. Let's see feminists apply to jobs featuring manual labor like oil rigs and construction companies. Let's see you feminists applying to those jobs if you really want equality. You know, that kind of a video, which is kind of like, ha, gotcha ladies, gotcha feminists. Which, you know, that's just... what? It's so entirely not the point of, like... the plot of feminism is so lost with so many people. So thank you to Barbie if it manages to reel them in a bit. Because yeah, we do need an intro to feminism. Because people keep forgetting and a lot of people just still don't know. All in all, I love this movie. I thought Barbie was really funny. It's kind of messy and all over the place in some ways, but it manages to be entertaining and charming all throughout. I laughed, I cried, and I want to see more of this type of humor. And if you're interested in more of this type of humor, I think you should watch Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar. Not a lot of people watch that movie. It's hilarious. It's up there for me. Margot Robbie, mother, thank you. Greta Gerwig, mother, thank you. Helen Mirren, mother, thank you. Barbie, mother, thank you.